What's up, everybody? Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to episode 6. I'm very excited for today's episode. As always, today we're talking about feeling overwhelmed. As you guys know, as I mentioned in the past, I always like to talk about things that I have experienced myself, and feeling overwhelmed is definitely something that I have experienced multiple times, actually just recently too, in the past week or so. That feeling overwhelmed is something that I definitely have experience with, and in my context, my sense, it's the fact that I always want to add stuff to my plate, and I always want to control everything, so I want to do everything myself. But feeling overwhelmed can happen for so many reasons. It could be family stuff, it could be work stuff, and life happens, right? And life likes to throw everything all at once onto your plate. But feeling overwhelmed is a very natural and normal thing, especially if you're just constantly doing a lot and you like doing everything yourself. And the way I kind of cope with it and deal with it is eventually, right, due to overthinking and all that kind of stuff, I just kind of step back and say, you know what, listen, one thing at a time. You know, we're gonna get, here's the list of stuff I need to do, and let's just start knocking things off one by one, and eventually you get through the list. And you know, and talking to people too, like just letting people know what's going on helps a lot, right? Because people don't tend to think about what's going on behind the scenes. People don't tend to think about what's going on in your head and stuff. So letting people in, you don't have to give them everything, but letting people in definitely helps, because it lets them know, like, okay, listen, like, this person is feeling overwhelmed, essentially, because everyone knows that feeling. I think that speaking about it and letting people know that, hey, listen, I'm dealing with a lot right now. You know, I'm not gonna go into details. I'll eventually get into details if that's what you want, but for now there's a lot of stuff going on. I'm gonna need an extra day or two, but you know, and just knocking things off one by one, you know, breaking stuff down into micro tasks and dealing with one issue at a time. I'm not gonna say a problem, but dealing with one thing at a time, and eventually you get everything done, and life is bliss. But guys, remember, it's just all about, you know, trying to remain positive and remain happy, right? Everything happens for a reason, like in my last video. And you know, everything will get done, and this feeling of being overwhelmed that you're feeling right now is definitely training you, is building you for the future, right? I never think that feeling overwhelmed is something that is bad. Right now I see that, you know, the fact that I'm being overwhelmed right now with this stuff is because in a matter of 2, 3, 4 months, there's going to be even more stuff. I'm going to be in a more complex situation where, again, I'm going to feel overwhelmed, but I'll look back to this situation and say, hey, I was able to do it then, we're going to do it again now, and we're going to keep moving forward. With that being said, guys, thank you so much for listening. As always, I love you very much. Have yourselves a fantastic week. Take care. I wasn't as bothered anymore by the majority of the things, because you know what, if I had a bad day or my video didn't do well, this is a lesson. There's something to take out of this, and I'm supposed to go through this to get to my next level, right? And again, just by believing in that everything does happen for a reason,